Have you ever heard of someone just walking away from their mortgage? It sounds crazy, right? Like something out of a movie. But what if I told you there's a term for it? A strategy even. It's called a strategic default. And today, we're diving deep into what it is, why people do it, and whether it could ever make sense. So, what exactly is a strategic default? In simple terms, it's a deliberate decision by a homeowner to stop making mortgage payments, even when they can afford to. This isn't about someone who lost their job and can't pay. This is a calculated business decision. The key difference is the ability to pay. The homeowner has the money but chooses not to use it on the mortgage. Why would anyone do this? The primary reason is being severely underwater or upside down on their mortgage. This means they owe a lot more in the house than what it is currently worth on the market. Imagine you bought a home for $500,000, but after a market crash, it's only worth $300,000. You still owe the original amount, or close to Italiano. Every month, you're pouring money into an asset that's losing you hundreds of thousands of dollars. For some, continuing to pay feels like throwing good money after bad. They look at their situation and think, I could rent a similar house for much less than my mortgage payment, save the difference, and start fresh without this massive debt weighing me down. It becomes a purely financial calculation. Is it cheaper to stay or to walk away? This phenomenon really came into the spotlight during the 2008 financial crisis. Home values plummeted across the country, leaving millions of homeowners underwater. They saw their biggest investment turn into their biggest liability. The social stigma of foreclosure started to fade as people saw their neighbors, friends, and family members going through the same thing. The conversation shifted from it as a moral failure to it is a business decision. Let's break down the logic. A homeowner might run the numbers like this. My mortgage balance is $400,000, but my home is now worth $250,000. I'm $150,000 in the red. If I strategically default, the bank will foreclose, and I'll lose the house. But if premedita, I'm paying for a house that isn't worth what I owe, and it could take decades for the value to recover. If it ever does, they might decide it's better to take the hit to their credit score, save money by renting for a few years, and then buy another home later when their finances and the market have stabilized. Of course, this isn't a decision anyone takes lightly. It's a high-stakes financial gamble with serious consequences. The first and most obvious consequence is the foreclosure itself. You will lose your home. The bank will take possession of the property and sell it to recoup its losses. This is a stressful and often emotionally draining process. Then there's the impact on your credit score. A foreclosure is one of the most damaging events that can happen to your credit report. It can drop your score by 100 points or more and stays on your record for 7 years. This makes it incredibly difficult to get new credit. Forget about getting another mortgage anytime soon. You'll also struggle to get car loans, credit cards, or even rent a new apartment, as many landlords now run credit checks. The financial fallout doesn't necessarily end with the foreclosure. Depending on your state's laws and the type of loan you have, the bank might be able to come after you for the difference between what you owed and what they sold the house for. This is called a deficiency judgment. For example, if you owed $400,000 and the bank sold the house for $250,000, they could sue you for the remaining $150,000. This could lead to wage garnishment or bank account levies. It's crucial to understand the laws in your specific state, as some states are non-recourse, meaning the bank can only take the house and can't pursue you for additional funds. And let's not forget the potential tax implications. In some cases, the amount of debt forgiven by the lender can be considered taxable income by the IRS. Imagine getting a massive tax bill on top of losing your home and wrecking your credit. While there have been laws like the Mortgage Forgiveness, Debt Relief Act to protect homeowners from this, the rules can change, so consulting a tax professional is absolutely essential. So, when could this extreme strategy possibly make sense? It's a very narrow set of circumstances. First, the homeowner must be severely underwater, with little to no hope of the property value recovering in a reasonable time frame. We're not talking about being underwater by $10,000 or $20,000. We're talking about a significant gap, often 25% or more of the home's value. Second, the homeowner should have no emotional attachment to the home that would cloud their financial judgment. This is a cold hard business decision, not an emotional one. If the house is a family heirloom or located in a dream neighborhood you never want to leave, a strategic default is probably not the right path. Third, they must have a solid plan for what comes next. This means having a place to live lined up, enough savings to cover moving costs and security deposits, and a clear understanding of how they will manage their finances with a damaged credit score for the next several years. They need to be prepared to live on a cash basis and rebuild their credit from the ground up. And most importantly, they must be in a recourse or non-recourse state, and they need to know which one. If you're in a recourse state, the risk of a deficiency judgment makes a strategic default much, much riskier. It is vital to get legal advice from a qualified attorney who specializes in real estate law in your state. Before even considering this path, they can help you understand the specific risks and potential outcomes of your situation. It's also worth noting that there are alternatives to explore before jumping to a strategic default. You can try to negotiate with your lender for a loan modification, which could lower your interest rate or extend the term of your loan to make payments more manageable. You could also pursue a short sale, where the bank agrees to let you sell the house for less than what you owe. While a short sale still negatively impacts your credit, it's generally considered less damaging than a full foreclosure. Ultimately, a strategic default is a tool of last resort, a financial nuclear option. It's a path for someone who has run the numbers, consulted with legal and financial professionals, and concluded that the long-term financial benefit of walking away outweighs the severe, guaranteed short-term pain. It is about cutting your losses on a bad investment to free up capital and emotional energy to rebuild elsewhere. It's a controversial topic that really challenges our traditional ideas about responsibility and home ownership. But in a purely financial sense, for a very small number of people in very specific situations, it can be the logical, albeit painful, choice. It's a powerful reminder that a home is not just a place to live, but also a significant financial asset that needs to be managed like one. So, what do you think? Is a strategic default a smart financial move or a moral failing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a complex issue with no easy answers. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of finance. We'll see you in the next one.